Welcome back to my channel once again. It's your boy Style One. As I always tell you, we are here again, the second phrase with my boy Mr Fatty. Today we are here to talk about things that you know is very beneficial to each and every one of you out there, especially those in the diaspora. So this is Plight Foundation. Mr Fatty, can you tell the people outside there what is this Plight Foundation?
Okay, thank you very much. I know people will say, oh, why the need for all these organizations and the like. Well, it's simple. I like entrepreneurship. I have passion for entrepreneurship. And then I've been trained as an entrepreneur to solve social issues. There's what we call social entrepreneurs. And then I'm one of them. Now, the reason for Plight Foundation is because we have so many of you cannot stop movement of people from one place to the other. People must go. Africans must go to Europe. Europeans must come to Africa. So that is a trend that has been happening since evolution. So, but that being the case, we need to safeguard the interests of these people. We are human beings, and then we have all right. We have legal right to move to other countries, and then we have also right to settle there legally. Okay, we do not have the right to go and enter someone's country illegally. Okay, but we have the right to go there and settle legally. But there are so many issues that are happening with our brothers and sisters in European countries, with abroad. Not only European countries, but we go to other countries, even Africa. Some of the things that are happening there with foreigners, it's a cause for concern for every individual. Not only the government that needs to stand for these people, but civil society organizations, NGOs, which will stand up and then come to the aid of these people. Have been inspired by one Robert Java, who intervened to send these Gambian girls that were in Lebanon. That is one of it. Where a government cannot intervene, an NGO, a civil society can intervene and help these people. That was a very big achievement. And that was one of the reasons why this Plight Foundation came into being. There are so many of our brothers and sisters in Europe, Italy, Spain, Germany, France, you name it. They are suffering. Some of them, they are maltreated by their employers, or some of them are cheated by their employers. Some of them suffer from mental issues. Some of them suffer from health issues. Some of them suffer from lack of skills and the like. And some of these things are their rights to have it. Provided they know the channels to follow, or what needs to be in place. So they need people, they need foundation, they need individuals that can talk to them, that can show them the direction, that can work with them in order to provide them with these things. Some people that can connect them to the authorities, the governments with their various governments. Some of them doesn't have the means to connect with their governments, to show them their concerns or their challenges. So some of these things, is the reason why Plight Foundation came into being, in order to, have chapters in different countries around the world, where we can listen to our brothers and sisters in those countries, try and know what their challenges are, trying to see how to intervene, how to engage the stakeholders in those countries, in order to have a tete-a-tete discussion and know how to overcome such challenges.
So, in this foundation you are creating, or is it been yet created?
It's already
created. Now, what are your aims? What do you want to achieve in this foundation?
First of all, we want to ensure that our fellow countrymen, our citizens, are safe from anywhere they are. They also have the requisite skills that they require, and they also legally settle wherever they are. So those are some of the main objectives. There is peace and security, and that is very important. With peace and security, they can achieve whatever they wish for themselves. So, but if they are not at peace, and when you talk about peace and security, it's not, it engulfs a lot. From their health and well-being, from their mental well-being, all these things are also regarding peace and security. So those are some of the aims and objectives, and also to show their concerns to the authorities. Those who are some of our aims, to try and see what their concerns are. But they are also contributing to the development, economic development of the country. status.
Right.
You know, if they are in other countries. So those are some of the things that, you know, we are looking at.
Okay. In this foundation you are talking about right now, is it there is any website one can visit and search or follow you guys or find information what to do, or
as of now we haven't got a website.
Okay.
We are working on formalizing or structuring it formally.
Okay.
As of now we only work remotely, visiting the necessary authorities,
Okay.
trying to understand what their concerns are, what the challenges are, document it, put it in order, then we will come to the website maybe in due course. But we are on Facebook, we can follow us on Facebook and some of our activities.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is the Blind Foundation.
Yes.
On Facebook. Okay. As I told you before, some of the problems some guys are facing in Europe, especially in Italy, as I am living there, I know that place more than the other countries.
Exactly.
Okay. There are some little problems that people are facing that is disturbing the youth in the diaspora in Italy. So that is the document problem. It's a big problem there because of the government system we are in right now. And the other challenges is housing. It's a big problem for the youth there. And the other one is job opportunity. Well, that one also is another issue, and people have been they are being used, especially those that are working on the farms. They have been just used like that without being paid with good salary. So this is another issue youth of the Gambia, especially in Africa, we are facing in Europe, especially in Italy, we are facing there. So these ones are things that, you know, most of us need to be helped about these kind of issues happening in Europe, because it's disturbing a lot of people, and the mental health is because of the stress you get from the where you are living. That's what may give you these mental problems. And
yeah, actually some of these in fact this documents problem, you mentioned that you have some of those are some of the things that we would like to know.
yeah,
You mentioned that you do have documents problems. Some of them it's difficult to have for them to have documents.
yeah,
We would like to know what are some of the reasons why, you know, it's difficult for them to have these documents. What triggered some of those reasons? The other reason is it because you don't have documents, you cannot have housing? Some of those things you need to understand it. Before you interview, you need to understand all these things.
exactly.
You know, they have their laws as a nation, and then because we want to help our people doesn't mean that they are not going to protect their laws.
Yeah.
So perhaps the reason for not having documents has an impact on their housing.
Yeah.
Jobs, same thing. Maybe in Africa you can come and work anywhere without proper documentation.
Exactly.
But maybe in the developed world it's a different case. So these are some of the things that we would like to know before we intervene. We'd like to know what will cause someone to not have a job.
Yeah.
I believe if you have your proper documentations, you should be able to have a job.
Yeah.
So for those that doesn't have job, perhaps they didn't have the proper documentation, or they didn't have housing because they didn't have the proper documentation.
Yeah.
And if that happened, how can they have proper documentation then? That will be our step. How can we help them to have their proper documentation?
Okay.
If it is a legal requirement that they need, or if they need legal advice or legal consultation, these are some of the things that you will now know, okay, this one we need to provide them to have.
That's it.
Okay, if it is their status, they want to write asylum, they want to seek asylums, all these things, then we will be able to know now this is how we can help them. But then they can also know it if they don't have anybody that will put them, you know, bring them together, and then try to put these things to them.
Exactly.
So many people got rejected seeking asylum because the stories that they formulate, perhaps they didn't have a clue about what they are formulating.
Exactly.
From legal perspective, if you are formulating anything, you should make sure that if you formulate it, it's convincing enough.
Sure.
So those are some of the things that we would like to have. And I'm glad that you are back in the Gambia.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you go back, you'll be able to help us, you know, put these things in order and get through all these chapters.
Sure, sure.
But those are some of the things that we like to intervene.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is it today, and before we go, I would like you to give, what advice will you give the youths of URR, and especially the youths in the diaspora? If you are to give an advice, what advice will you give out to the youths?
Well, first of all, for those that are here, I would say the ultimate measurement of a man, I think this one mentioned it, Martin Luther King. The ultimate measurement of a man is not where he stands at the time of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in moments of challenges and controversies. So you can make it in the Gambia. It's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, but then you can make it if you wish.
Exactly.
You can make it.
Yeah.
We have all the resources for you to succeed here.
Exactly.
We have organizations that are coming to our aid. We should also now come to aid ourselves. You don't expect, to succeed sitting down, on the roof. You have to turn for it. If you go to Europe, you work very hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
You work extra hard. You don't waste their time. They are very time conscious.
Sure.
You work extra hard.
Sure.
Those efforts you are putting there when you go to Europe, those sacrifices you are putting there, put it into yourself. And you will see the things. For those that are there, you are there for a reason.
Sure.
You know the reason why you are there, know where you come from, what you left behind. Try what you get delivered with, bring it back home, invest into the country. Exactly. Send remittance, invest into the sectors, try and partner, reach out to organizations that they have aids and objectives. You can build factories. At the end of the day, those factories can lead you to come back and you head those factories. Exactly. You can become managing directors, you can become managers of those farms. You've seen, you are there, you've seen how those people are advancing. Sure. You have all the connections there. You have all the means of getting all those things here in Africa. Work hard to get those things in Africa and you come back and enjoy in Africa. It is nice to enjoy in Africa than enjoying in Europe.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you go, I believe, or if you are there, the best thing you should do is to try and gather as much expertise, connection, and resources, bring it to Africa, develop Africa, invest in Africa, create employment, come back, expand yourself.
Thank you so much for being on my channel, and I'm very glad to see you again. Because it has been a long time. Indeed. We haven't met, and today is a day that I'm very glad to meet you. Viewers, thank you very much. I'm very glad, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell for more videos. As I always tell you, thank you very much for being on my channel.